I've just started a 5-year course in medicine.
As a small boy, Alessandro was always fascinated by the way living things worked. He went to school in Rome and was drawn to science subjects, attending a specialist science school. He moved with his family to Leeds and started applying to high schools to take his A-levels, but he was turned down because they said his English wasn't good enough, that he should do a year-long English course. But he was determined to study in Leeds. He felt ready to study and didn't want to waste a year, so he applied to Leeds sixth form and we accepted him to study chemistry, biology, physics and maths and English GCSE. Alessandro said his tutors were great, really supportive and helpful, and he settled in quickly. He discovered that his English was enough to get by in his subjects and to help him make new friends. He liked the way his tutors would use different methods to teach and support students, which made a real difference for him. He particularly liked the teaching packs they prepared, which were really useful. I remember when Alessandro first arrived, he was always very determined. It was clear that he was very intelligent and we didn't need to worry about his English skills. Throughout his time here, he's developed his practical skills, he's developed his knowledge in all the different science subjects and done very well for himself. He definitely confirmed our expectations. He found college so different from Italy. The biggest difference was how much more social college life was in the UK. He started to make friends, which helped him improve his English. Another big difference was how much time students spend in the lab here. He just loved that. Alessandro started to think about becoming a doctor during his first year and did work experience at Dewsbury Hospital, a GP surgery, and in the Leeds University Medical Imaging Department. He applied to study medicine at 4 universities and got an interview at Oxford. All he needed now were to get the really great results. And he got them. An A* in biology and maths, an A in chemistry, and then a B in his English. He's now studying medicine at Leeds University and will be there for 5 years, after which, when he decides on a specialism, he'll be training even longer. He said the Star Award was a big surprise. His mum and dad were so proud when he was awarded the Leeds Sixth Form prize.
I really want to be a great doctor and maybe make a difference to people's lives. Leeds City College will always reward you as a person as long as you always try and push yourself forward. Achieve your destiny like me at Leeds City College.
Hi, my name's Hannah Blakey.
I was brought up in the country where my granddad had a farm, so I've always been outdoorsy. I loved horses and running around and used to help out with the sheep, but not the cows, because I was a bit scared of them. I went to school in Boroughbridge, but if I'm honest, I didn't enjoy it. School just wasn't for me. I knew I wanted to be a butcher. Whenever I mentioned becoming a butcher, my teachers used to say I wouldn't get very far, which just made me even more determined. Because I knew what I wanted, I searched and found the course through an internet search at LCC. I went along to their open day, decided on an apprenticeship, and decision made.
College is so welcoming, it's so easy to get along with, all the people are really nice here.
The course was great, just what I'd hoped it would be, only better. It inspired me to aim high. I learned so much from people who've worked in the industry and got some great experience.
I knew the first time that I met Hannah Blakely that she was something special. She was enthusiastic, willing to learn, wanting to learn, and trying to find new ways of doing things. We knew she was going to go on and blossom into bigger and better things.
When I won Hospitality and Catering Student of the Year, it was quite shocked. But then I got the overall Student of the Year award and I was chuffed. I'm now working for Weatherheads in Pateley Bridge as an apprentice butcher and completing my Year 3 at LCC. I even got the chance to take part in the World Apprentice Championships and took a trip to Australia to compete in the Young Butchers competition. My tutors supported and motivated me throughout. I'd tell anyone thinking of training for a trade that the apprenticeships course at LCC is the place to do it. Don't be scared, you'll get to collaborate with so many people and learn so much. Plus, my work experience was perfect to help me get in with my next steps into work. I'd definitely say LCC got me to where I am now.
Achieve your destiny like me at Leeds City College.
I'm Jacob, I'm a junior stylist at a big salon in Leeds.
I was diagnosed with being dyslexic the year before high school. I'd say I was a typical boy. I liked playing out with my friends, I was rugby mad. School was hard for me, and I wasn't very confident. I'd always thought hair salons were cool places, so I got an application for Vidal Sassoon's salon and took it to my teacher, who responded with a, "I won't let you touch my hair." When my mum suggested I look at what courses were on offer at LCC, the hairdressing course literally jumped out at me. The first thing I remember is how gorgeous I thought the place was, and now I know it's the best decision I've made in my life so far.
He was a little bit unsure as to whether he'd like an apprenticeship or whether he'd like to come on and do a full-time programme. He decided the full-time programme was the right route for him.
I got so much help, and the more I showed I wanted to learn and experience, the more they'd give me. For the first time in my life, I've discovered something that suited me. I'm now a junior stylist at a Renaissance in Leeds, where I'm being trained in every aspect of hairdressing.
When Jacob first came in, we kind of just thought we got a good vibe from him. When he came in on his trial day, he was enthusiastic, he's hardworking, so can't say fairer than that.
I'll always remember how much college helped me. Being a Star Award winner was the first time I'd been recognised for all my hard work and commitment, and it felt terrific. I smiled so much that night my face ached.
I had a dream and Leeds City College helped me achieve it. I'd recommend it to anyone. Achieve your destiny like me at Leeds City College.
So I'm living in London, studying music journalism at BIM. I love it. My upbringing has been really good. Like, my parents were never too keen on me singing, but it was always supportive. I will never say a bad thing about education because it gives people opportunities. Like, it's given me a life. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't like how it's perceived and how it's presented to people. I was presented it in a bad way. I hated high school, I hated the way it was taught, but coming to college, completely different. It was just a creative environment and I flourished here. I think the challenge was, for me, coming from such a difficult part of my life in education, I didn't know what to expect. I felt like a lot of people in my life were telling me to change, and I thought, do you know what? Change is calm. So I made that change, and it was just using everything around me. Like this studio, I used this studio to film my first ever music video. I met all these amazing people that wanted to work alongside me. Like, I would not have been able to get through these 2 years without my friends. Like, they are the people that had the same mindset. And I think it was the second year of college I really became passionate, is when I sat down with Andy, sat down with Ryan, and I said, look, I want to make it a reality. I've never had a good parents' evening, ever. Like, my mum and dad used to want to come to every single one in high school. They were all terrible. And when I came here, I literally dragged my dad here. I was like, look, Dad, you need to come in and you need to see what I'm doing. Jan sat my dad down. And I think that was the moment that I'm eternally grateful to Jan for, because it was when he really put into perspective for my dad that I can do this. He was like, he's got another year here. If he surpasses this and does that, there's no reason why he's not going to go to university. And that's what I really wanted my dad to see. It is emotional because the tutors like Jan, like Andy, like Ryan, they will never understand what they have done, because what they do for so many people. All I've ever wanted in education is for someone to just be like, do you know what, Harris? I believe in you, like, you can do it. And that's what they did for me. The Star Awards were popping. The Star Awards were too sick. The whole venue was good, like the company was good, the food was nice. Everyone had a good energy, and really and truly I didn't actually think that many people had that many things to say about me, and it was just good. It was closure for me, because I'd finished college and I thought, do you know what, this is the end now of like a really, really special journey, and I really wanted that end. I wanted that closure, and that's what the Star Awards was. If I had one message to you guys, I would say that you are who you are, and there's nobody like you, and nobody will be able to replicate you. So if you focus on goals, it doesn't have to be being a millionaire or being famous or being a superstar. It just can be moving forward, working hard, and excelling in anything you want to do, and that's it. So thank you, Leeds City College. You don't just educate us, you change our lives. Achieve your destiny like me.
I've just started a BSc in Applied Computer Science at Leeds University.
Lawrence doesn't ever remember a time when he didn't have a computer in his life. His dad used to be a software engineer, so nobody in his family is surprised that he's fascinated by them. Lawrence found school a bit tricky. He realised he didn't like learning from reading books. He preferred to be hands-on, learning through experience. What's more, there weren't any computer-based courses at his school, so he taught himself. Fortunately, his school then let him take his GCSE in computing in Year 9, but after his GCSEs, he knew he didn't want to stay on for A-levels. It's always been computing for Lawrence, so he researched some courses as he was interested in software development. However, when he spoke to the tutors, they explained how the BTEC in games development could be better suited to his way of learning because of the content and practical elements. Lawrence said that the tutors really listened to him and helped him find a course that would allow him to learn through experience, deliver coursework and offer a qualification that would get him into his preferred university. It took Lawrence about a week to settle in. He said that looking back, he now knows he learned so much from his time at Leeds City College. He developed his computer skills even further, and although he realised graphics wasn't quite for him, it did help him choose the right university course in the end.
In my second year, I entered the PyWars competition in Cambridge with my programming group from Bradford, and we won. I was so proud of what we achieved. The programming skills I learned at college were integral to programming the robot.
Lawrence made some good friends. 2 of them are at Leeds University with him. Some went on to other universities, and one's got an apprenticeship. They're all into gaming, and they're currently big fans of Overwatch, keeping in touch via Discord, the voice messaging system.
Lawrence was an absolutely brilliant student, and I thoroughly enjoyed teaching him. He was so knowledgeable and passionate about computing. He was always coming up with his own solutions to problems, and he was a huge asset to have in the classroom. We're all delighted to have played a part in getting him ready for university, and we wish him the best for the future.
Lawrence found some work experience with a local IT company, X Networks, offering tech support, dealing with customers, and helping with their queries.
Getting a star award was a bit of a shock, a good one. I was nervous on the night, and going up on stage was a bit nerve-wracking, and Mum and Dad were thrilled to bits.
Lawrence has a long way to go. He may even continue on to do a master's. At the moment, he's thinking about a career in security or networking, where there are lots of jobs.
If you prefer practical learning and hands-on experience, then a BTEC at Leeds City College is a great option, and it's in a great location. Achieve your destiny like me at Leeds City College.